This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 1260, Enriching Your Marriage by Creating Shared Meaning, by Terry Gaspard of Gottman.com. Hello, everybody. Greg Audino here, your host and narrator here on ORD, where I share the world's best relationship-building content, Sunday to Friday, in about 10 minutes or less, and then I take your personal relationship questions on Saturdays. If you've got a question you'd like to submit, you can do so by emailing advice@oldpodcast.com. But if you're just here to listen, then get excited because I have a post today from the Gottman Institute, which is arguably the greatest collection of relationship research on the planet. So let's hear what Terry Gaspard from Gottman has to say today as we optimize your life. Enriching Your Marriage by Creating Shared Meaning, by Terry Gaspard of Gottman.com. After being married 10 years, Teresa, age 38, discovered that being in love with Brian, age 37, was just not enough to sustain happiness in their union. When Brian married Teresa, he was impressed with her hardworking nature and financial independence. Teresa was attracted to Brian because he had a good job and was conscientious and kind. However, over the last few years, Teresa found herself comparing her marriage to her friends unfavorably and criticizing Brian for habits she found annoying, such as leaving dishes in the sink and not hanging up his clothes. They rarely spend time together, and intimacy and romance have evaporated since their young children, Aiden and Stacy, had arrived. Teresa put it like this, quote, "It seems like Brian puts all of his energy into his job and has little left over for me, our kids, or our home at the end of the day. We've been considering buying a bigger house, but I'm putting that on hold for now." End quote. Just because you fall in love with someone, that doesn't mean that love will stay alive without nurturing your partnership. If you find yourself asking, "What is missing from my marriage?" your situation may be similar to Brian and Teresa's. What might be missing is what Dr. John Gottman refers to as a sense of shared meaning. A successful marriage is about more than raising kids, paying bills, and getting chores done. It's also about building a meaningful relationship that has a spiritual dimension and is rich in rituals of connection. Here are 4 ways that couples can build a stronger relationship with shared meaning. Number 1, sharing a common dream or vision for life can help you gain a healthy perspective. When couples have that shared dream, the inevitable ups and downs of marriage are less bothersome. Creating a larger context of meaning in life can help couples to avoid focusing only on the little stuff that happens and to keep their eyes on the big picture. Number 2, talking about your shared vision can foster attunement. Taking time to process your dreams can bring you closer. A crucial goal for couples is to create an atmosphere that encourages each person to talk honestly about his or her convictions. According to Dr. Gottman, couples who talk about their hopes and dreams with one another openly are more likely to be happy and less likely to be struggling. Number 3, creating daily or weekly rituals of connection will enable you to build shared meaning. Carve out time to be together and spend time doing enjoyable activities that bring you both pleasure. Couples need to make a commitment to spending quality time together, which includes saying goodbye in the morning and reunions at the end of the day. Number 4, implementing your shared goals can help you to be a stronger couple with a purpose. For instance, your goals might include volunteering in the community, raising your children in a specific way, or adopting a sustainable lifestyle. Regardless of what your shared vision or goals are, they can strengthen your bond. In fact, creating shared meaning is the highest level of Dr. John and Julie Gottman's Sound Relationship House, which is a model on how to have a healthy relationship in which a couple can intentionally create a sense of purpose together. Building a relationship that is full of meaning and involves prioritizing time and resources is essential to a happy marriage. It encompasses a couple's legacy, the stories they tell, their beliefs, and the culture they create to form a shared meaning system. Maintaining a deep connection to your partner. In Fighting for Your Marriage, Harold J. Markman, Ph.D., writes that the amount of fun partners have together while nurturing their connection is a key factor in predicting their overall marital happiness. But Markman also explains that, quote, "When we interview couples planning marriage, we learn that most of them have tons of fun early in the relationship. But for too many, fun fizzles out as time goes by." End quote. While a new relationship is often exciting, stimulating, and fun, having a deep and meaningful connection with your partner can infuse your relationship with love and purpose over the long run. Excitement and fun are mostly felt in the present moment, and they can fade away. Feelings of pleasure can be temporary, but developing shared meaning over a longer period will sustain a deep connection in your marriage, resulting in overall positive effects and shared happiness. Couples who take the time to develop shared meaning and goals are more likely to cultivate intimacy, a hallmark of matured and lasting love. Intimacy is something not simply arrived at by chance, but it is deliberately nurtured. Keep in mind that maintaining a deep connection to your partner does not mean that you place them on a pedestal or that your relationship is without problems. It's not about sidestepping conflict, but you can't force your opinions on your partner either. In every marriage, you will have your disagreements, and the key is learning how to manage them. However, if you like and respect who your partner is and how they conduct themselves in their world, and if you generally agree on the fundamentals in life, your connection will be deeper and more meaningful. This doesn't mean you'll see eye to eye on everything, but your shared goals will align. Going back to our example, for Brian and Teresa to overcome their current difficulties and succeed in their marriage, they'd be wise to build quality time into their relationship on a weekly basis, and to consistently remember and verbalize the positive meaning and dreams that they share. In that case, Brian may be quick to elaborate on Teresa's strengths about having a shared purpose in his marriage, which indicates his fondness and admiration for her. Quote, "I respect Teresa because she's a hard worker and a loving wife and mother. We argue, but we try to be patient with each other and show understanding and empathy. When I get aggravated with Teresa, I try to listen and respect her view. We both avoid issuing ultimatums, shutting down, or being disrespectful." End quote. What is the secret to increasing shared meaning between you and your partner? Spending quality time together on a regular basis and getting to know your partner better by sharing your innermost thoughts, feelings, and wishes, which is a lifelong process and takes a strong commitment. This, as Dr. Gottman's research proves, will result in a happy and successful marriage. You just listened to the post titled, Enriching Your Marriage by Creating Shared Meaning by Terry Gaspard of Gottman.com. And thanks so much to Terry for this great and enlightening post. I do worry, however, that some may have heard it and thought to themselves, easier said than done. It's easy to feel that way. Sometimes the days in which we remember having fun with and openly communicating with our partners can feel like such a distant memory. Maybe suggesting that you two jump into a fun routine together almost feels awkward. Well, if you're looking to bring meaning back into your partnership, consider just leading with that directly rather than springing into suggestions of a new activity together seemingly out of nowhere. Let your partner know where this desire comes from and try to engage them in a conversation in which you two can consider the things that you both find fun or overall objectives that you have as a couple, and how to start making small, steady progress in those areas. If you two used to like dancing, maybe you can start by doing a drop-in ballroom class before committing to going each week. If you two feel it's important to argue less to improve your marriage, and maybe you can start by initiating 10-minute sessions in which one person will get to share their feelings nonstop, and the other will do the same, and that will be that. There will be no arguing, just listening, and ideas about one another's feelings can be exchanged at a separate time. Look, obviously each couple will require different needs, but dipping your toes in like this, it's a good way to start, especially if the idea of it is presented with vulnerability. Okay, and that's going to do it for today, friends. I thank you so much for being here as always, and you know I'll be back again doing the same tomorrow. So come on back then, where I will share a post from Lisa Merlot-Booth, who is going to teach a simple tool for connection in relationships that she calls the check-in. Hope to see you there, where your optimal life awaits.